then it's
Go.
okay. But don't start until we do one practice. So we're going to do a neck forward flexion stretch for Christine. So her helper is going to kind of cradle their hands on the base of her skull and help her tuck her chin. And she's actually doing most of this work. And you gently and slowly help her tuck her chin until she feels a nice stretch. Does that feel like a stretch?
Yeah.
Hold it. And then I can even take my hands away and she can continue to hold that stretch after she's helped to get there, and hold it as long as she wants. And then relax. So now we're going to do a lateral rotation stretch for Christine. So I'm going to first help by tucking her chin a little bit, but the motion is rotation. And she can do some of it herself, and then her helper is going to help rotate her neck to the left. So I have one hand gently against her lower jaw, and one hand is essentially over her ear. And relax.
How long hold?
20 seconds.
20-second hold.
20-second hold. Now we're going to do a finger stretch for Christine. You're going to start by helping her to rotate her palm face down. And then you're going to help straighten her fingers into a tabletop position. And you're also going to help her extend or lift up her wrist. So her fingers are straight, her wrist is extended, and you're sustaining gentle pressure for 20 seconds. And relax. Okay, we'll do an elbow flexion stretch. Her helper is going to put their hand in the crease of her elbow and support her wrist in their other hand and gently apply pressure, slowly, so that her hand is reaching towards her shoulder. But it's up to Christine to communicate her limits about pain, so you're not going to push that, and you're going to always move slowly. How are you feeling? And again, hold for 20 seconds once you get to a point where she can tolerate the stretch. And relax.
Action.
Get it going.
She's got it hidden.
We're going to do a hamstring stretch, and the way that I find this easiest is to prop Christine's foot over my shoulder, and I'm just going to move my whole body to help her legs straighten and come towards the ceiling. And she can tell me if it's too much of a stretch. All the way up, and ideally you're going to hold this for 30 seconds and do 4 repetitions. And then you can come back down slowly. We're going to do a hip stretch for Christine. And you're going to just slowly help her move one leg out at a time. Doing okay? And hold. 30 seconds times 4 repetitions. And when you're done with your 30-second hold, you gently bring it back to the middle and then do the other leg. Okay, we're going to do a shoulder circle stretch for Christine. So I have one hand just above her elbow joint, and I have the other hand supporting her wrist. And what you're going to do is gently bring her arm straight up. And we're going to go from making smaller circles to making larger circles very slowly. as she can tolerate it. And if it gets too tight, she'll let you know.
That's tight.
Okay. And then you have to back off. Hold it there for a second until it loosens up, and then you can continue going if it's okay with her.
It's tight.
Is it tight? So you have to back off again. Sometimes you have to go down and just start fresh. Sometimes it helps to bend your elbow a little. And again, notice how slowly I'm moving. And then try again. Is that okay? Small circles.
Better that time.
Sometimes this can take up to 90 seconds just to do one circle, so it's really important for Christine that you move slowly because she has high muscle tone. We're going to come back.
Show about how you press on the pec muscle.
Okay. All right. Sometimes what's helpful too is to rearrange your hands so that you can support her elbow while you're also applying pressure on her pectoral muscle. And that way you're making circles still, but applying pressure on her chest.
That actually is easier.
Okay.
My shoulder pops, but
Relax. We can, we're going to do a heel cord stretch for Christine, and I'm going to try to hold this for her for 30 seconds. Her helper is going to put one hand on the top of her foot and the other hand on the bottom of her foot, getting as much surface area contact as possible. And this hand is stable, applying pressure downwards, and this hand is applying pressure, moving her toes slowly towards the ceiling. Christine, do you feel that stretch?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it tolerable?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll hold it for 30 seconds. And let me know if you need something to be different. Okay, we're going to do a heel cord stretch on Christine's right side. So I'm going to place my hands kind of wrapped around the top of her foot. And first of all, straighten out her foot a little bit before I start moving her toes towards the ceiling. And my thumbs are on the balls of her foot. And I'm going to apply pressure upwards with my thumbs while stabilizing her ankle. Is that okay, stretch? And I'm going to try to hold it for 30 seconds.
make sure you tell them how many reps.
Okay. So if you're holding one repetition for 30 seconds, you want to do 4 of those total, to equal 2 minutes total of stretching time.
How many times a day?
Once a day, and relax.
Go with it.
A finger stretch for Christine's right hand now. So her helper is going to come and help straighten her fingers into a tabletop position. And if you can also get her thumb, that's great. You might need to use 2 hands. And you're going to slowly lift up her wrist into extension. And hold it for 20 seconds. And relax. The shoulder circles on Christine's right side, so her helper's going to have one hand above her elbow joint and one hand supporting her wrist. And you just help her move her arm into circles. And your goal is to make the circles bigger and bigger if she can tolerate it.
This arm's a lot easier.
Yeah,
There's literally really no pain.
that's good. You might have to go slower when you're working on her left side.
I don't like my elbow hurts.
So maybe help her bend her elbow a little bit as you're helping her also make shoulder circles. Is that better? Across her body and straight up and out to her side.
And obviously this one is going to be different because we can go so much faster.
Right.
So
Right.
what is your recommendation?
Just about this pace. So that took me about 30 seconds to do 2 circles.
Okay.
And just
So-
keep going to, and it might be different each day, but you don't, this, I wouldn't go any faster than this.
And then basically, if I have a good day where my arm's moving like this, how many reps would you like?
At least 15.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question.
On a good, on my
good
good
day.
arm. On the other arm, it was a little bit.
It was
Go slower.
Go slow, and it's important to do 1 repetition for 90 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, good question.
I think this one shows a little bit better of the actual movement.
Yeah, exactly.
See how she grabs my bicep to kind of make my arm so it's not straight.
That's more comfortable for you, and that's the most important thing. And relax.